Ever wondered if the cavemen, in between dodging dinosaurs and inventing fire, also had time to invent the wheel? Well, let's take a trip back in time, shall we? Picture this. A caveman, let's call him Grog, is busy rubbing two sticks together to create fire. Suddenly he has a brainwave. Eureka! I should invent the wheel! But then, a T-Rex roars in the distance and Grog quickly tosses that idea out the window, along with his half-baked wheel prototype. In reality, the wheel wasn't invented until around 3500 BC, which is a good deal later than our friend Grog's time. It seems our cavemen were too preoccupied with their daily survival tasks to bother with wheels. I mean, who has time for inventing transportation when you're constantly playing hide-and-seek with dinosaurs, right? So, next time you're stuck in traffic, don't blame the cavemen. They were too busy dodging T-Rex to invent the wheel. Ever tried to use the pyramids as a GPS? No? Well, the ancient Egyptians did. Now I know what you're thinking. I can barely use my smartphone GPS. How on earth did they use a pyramid? Well, the pyramids of Giza, those grand old triangles, are actually aligned with the stars. That's right, someone looked up, saw a twinkle, and thought, yep, that's where I'll build my giant stone triangle. But hey, they might have been onto something. With their pyramid star alignment, they never had to worry about losing signal halfway to the market, or forgetting their charger at home, or dealing with those annoying software updates. Sorry Pharaoh, can't finish the Sphinx today. My pyramid needs an update. Can you imagine? Turn left at the Sphinx, drive straight for 2 camel lengths, your destination is on your right. So the next time your GPS stops working, remember that the ancient Egyptians had it sorted out with some giant stone triangles. Ever had a meal so bad that it could start a war? The Spartans did. Now let's take a trip down culinary lane to ancient Sparta, home to the legendary warriors and the infamous black broth. This was not your grandma's chicken soup, oh no. It was a concoction of boiled pig's legs, blood, salt, and vinegar. Delicious, right? Legend has it, this meal was so disagreeable that it sparked a revolt. Can you imagine? Sir, this broth is so terrible, I'm ready to overthrow the government. And hey, maybe the black broth was the original diet plan. After all, who would want to eat something that could be mistaken for a witch's brew? So the next time you burn your toast or accidentally put salt instead of sugar in your coffee, just remember, you're still doing better than the Spartans. So remember, even if your cooking is bad, at least it didn't start a war. Ever had a mixtape so fire it burned down a city? Nero did. Picture this. It's the year 64, not 1964, just 64. Rome, the eternal city, is going up in flames. And who's rumored to have started this great fire? None other than Emperor Nero himself. Why would he do such a thing, you ask? Well, legend has it that Nero needed a bit more room for his new palace. And when you're the emperor, you don't just rearrange furniture, you rearrange entire city blocks. So he allegedly set the city ablaze while strumming on his lyre, laying down a beat so hot it could melt marble. Talk about a mixtape that's literally fire. It's like he dropped the bass and Rome dropped to ashes. And while historians debate whether Nero actually played the fire starter or not, it's a hilarious reminder of how rumors can become history. So the next time you're jamming to your favorite tune, remember it could always be hotter. Ever got so lost you discovered a whole new continent? Christopher Columbus did. Picture this, Columbus is sailing along, confident as can be, aiming for India. But oh dear, he's not got the strongest sense of direction. And no, it's not like he can just pull over and ask for directions. So he sails on and on and on. Now you might think surely someone would have noticed they were heading the wrong way. Ah, but that's where you're wrong. Columbus was so convinced he was on the right track that he managed to convince everyone else too. And guess what? He ended up in America. That's right, folks. Columbus's sense of direction was so off that he accidentally discovered a whole new continent. You've got to admit that's one impressive navigation blunder. So, the next time you get lost, remember you might just discover something amazing.